So today we are taking a look at how much difference the lie makes to how much the ball runs out around the green. So having a look at a fairway lie versus a rough lie and seeing how much more the ball runs out. And then after that, we'll take a look at, do you need to adjust your landing zone, or is it your flight? And what is it can be the best way for you to allow you to give you the opportunity to get that ball up and down. If you're new to this channel, guys, welcome. What we're aiming to do here is to help you increase your enjoyment of the game and lower your scores through every area of the game and help improve your knowledge, your understanding, and above all, hopefully lowering your scores. If you enjoy the video, subscribe, it's free of charge. Make sure you hit that bell icon, that way you don't miss any of the latest content coming forward. If you enjoy the videos, give it a little thumbs up. On to today's video. What we're looking at is short game and how your ball reacts from two different lies. From a fairway lie, so we've just got it right on the fringe here where it's nice and tight, and then when it comes out of the rough. So I'm not going to play towards the flag. I've got a tee peg out there which is 8 yards away as a landing spot. I'm going to hit 6 shots from the fairway with just a square club face, square shot, normal standard chip shot with, for me, a 58-degree wedge. And then I'm going to do exactly the same out the rough, and what we're going to do is mark down how much more one rolls out versus the other. This is a pretty flat shot. It maybe rolls away a tiny little bit, but it's pretty flat, pretty standard. So we should be able to see how much this rolls out from one to the other, and this is something you can then look at once we've figured out how much it is, and is it something you can then factor into your landing spots for the lie you get or the trajectory you need to play based on that shot and what the outcome is. So what we'll do is we'll hit the 6 shots here off the fairway, land them near the tee, mark out how far they've rolled out, and then do exactly the same on the one out the rough, and then have a look at how you could maybe play a shot to counter one or the other, or if you just need to adjust your landing zone. So let's play a couple here. So like I say, pretty square club face. So that's landed about a foot short of the spot, but you know, it's not going to be exact every time where we're landing exactly on the tee. We're just trying to get an average of how much it's running out. Landed right next to it, but I released that a little bit more. That was a really good strike. That's exactly the same as the first one. And the reason to hit a few more shots is it gets rid of some of the outliers. Like that one. So right, let's go and pace those out and see how far. We've got an average there of about 4 right near one another. They landed just short, so about a foot short here. And let's just see, they are, let's go from the foot, sort of 1, 2, about 3 paces of run out on a pretty standard shot. We're not trying to spin that at all, so mark that in with a T from the middle of them. These two ran out a little bit more, so we'll almost discount those. Problem is, if you end up doing this and you're only doing it on sort of 2 or 3 shots, you could actually strike them amazing, or you get a lot of variability. If I was stood here, I'd probably hit a dozen shots to really start to get a feeling for it. So we're playing exactly the same distance shot now. We're just going to play it from out the rough. So making sure that it sort of sits down a little bit, so you're getting that true bit of rough grass behind it, to give that groove. And very quick clean, so therefore we're getting the same sort of shots. Right, let's see what these do. The interesting bit is the ball's already starting to come out a bit higher. So I need to fight my own sort of urges to want to open the face, because it's something that I would naturally do. So that one I opened the face, it didn't run out as much. Okay, so let's keep the face square, because that way it gives the nice, easy, consistent results. So that one was actually struck really well from a square face. Oh, that one's got a bit of longer grass behind it. You can see there that's running on at least a yard more. That one was struck pretty nicely. Again, it just seems to keep wanting to travel. So let's get two more where we're getting just a little bit more grass behind it. So it's really sort of going to impact it like it would do with a really decent rough lie. That one just ran out quite a lot. That one there just landed quite a long way short, but let's have a look at the average here. So the one that landed short, just sort of like, I played it a bit dead in here. So as the same as last time, let's discount that one. Okay, we've got one a bit longer, then you've got a nice patch here in the middle. So we'd say that the centre of this is here. So if we have a look at it now, as an average, it's at least a yard more. Okay, and that's only on an 8-yard shot, so the idea then would be to sort of try this out on longer shots and see how much this is influencing it, whether it's going to go even further, and on shorter ones, is it going even shorter. Do one thing here that you could perhaps have a look at in terms of being able to manage the shot, which I said early on that you can kind of control this. You can actually end up getting the same shot, okay, which you see a lot of tour players and really good players do, and what they'll end up doing is out of the rough here, to be able to learn to control the shot, just open the face more. So what they end up doing then is, because they're going to be able to get the ball a little higher in the face, they'll open the face a little bit and they'll just play this with a little bit more height in here. And obviously I've overhit that one. Let's play one actually trying at the landing spot. And we can see when it's got height coming out of there, it's just going to run absolutely nowhere. So what you might want to do is experiment with opening the face out the rough to see if you can make sure that you can hit the same landing spot, or is the key going to be keeping the face dead square to give you the continuity with the shot, therefore you get some predictability in the run out, knowing what it's going to do on a flat shot. Obviously you can't, when the green's raised or below you, you might not necessarily want to keep a dead square face then, but playing it with an open face will give more height, which will obviously increase the descending angle, which make the ball stop faster. That's one way to do it, but for this experiment here, we've seen there it's at least a yard more run out, maybe a little bit more. That was just a little mini test on 6 balls. I would endeavour to do this on upwards of sort of 10 to 20 balls, and then do it on a couple of greens and see what it's like. Make a note of it in a little notebook, come back, and then that should then build into being able to know how far the ball runs out from different lies, and this should give you the greatest opportunity to get that ball up and down. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, give it a thumbs up. If there's content you like creating, comment below. As always, thanks for watching, and talk with you again soon.